Welcome to Jeopardy, everyone.
This is Jeopardy! Today's contestants are Player 1, Player 2, Player 3, and now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Hey, Johnny, thank you. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories: mountains, the old country, intravenous, literature, everyday Italian, and meet the Robinsons. Where do we begin, Player 1? Formaggio is this dairy product. Player 1, use the Wii remote or press the corresponding direction on the plus control pad, and then press the A button. Ooh, sorry. That's incorrect. Anyone else? The correct response is cheese. Select again. This food staple is pane. Let's hear it, Player 1. Yeah, good. You've got some money again. We return to you. This body part is il piede. It's Player 1. Yeah. That's right. Way to go. You get to pick again. This quadruped is un cavallo. Yes, Player 1. Sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Let's hear it, Player 2. Hey, you're right. Player 2, back to you. The Hoosick Mountains are a range of these colorful mountains located in Vermont. Player 1? Yes. Player 1, back to you. Tenzing Norgay was one of the first two men to reach the summit of this mountain on May 29, 1953. Okay, Player 1. Yeah. Right. You again, Player 1. The Wayanea Mountains in this U.S. state rise up to 4,025-foot Mount Kaala. It's Player 1. Good. Please pick again. The Caucasus Mountains of Eastern Europe are predominantly found in this country. Yes, Player 1. You got it. Player 1. Pick. Geological evidence shows that this 5,000-mile mountain chain may extend south into Antarctica. Player 1. That is correct. Player 1. This day of the week is martedì. Yes, Player 1. No, that's not right. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Okay, Player 3. Right. We return to you, Player 3. Let's take it over to Kelly.
Shown here on the upper right, it changed its name in 1935.
Let's hear it, Player 1. That's correct. Select again. It was Siam until 1939. It's player one. Good for you. Choose again, player one. Until 1972, it was Ceylon. Okay, player one. You are correct. You again, player one. It was the Khmer Republic from 1970 until 1975. Yes, player one. Right. Player one. It's the Daily Double. And you're in the lead now. You need to select your wager. Here is your clue. Until 1975, it was the Malagasy Republic. Congratulations, you're still in first, player one. Player one, back to you for our next. Venus's surface is hard to view from Earth because it's completely covered by these. It's player one. Yes. Please pick again. One of these on Venus lasts about 244 Earth ones. Player one? No, that's not right. Any other takers? Let's hear it. Player two. No. Anyone else? Okay, player three. Yes. You get to pick again, player three. Like Mercury, Venus has this many moons. Yes, player one. Right you are. Player one, back to you. We're not sure if it was ancient or not, but the first U.S. flyby of Venus was by one of these space probes in 1962. Player one? Correct. Player one? Galileo's finding that Venus goes through these, like the moon, was the first direct evidence for Copernican ideas. Let's hear it, player one. That's correct. Please pick again. His ship was wrecked off an island near South America. He remained alone on the island for 28 years. It's player one. Yep. Player one. The Lilliputians called this Jonathan Swift character Quinbus Flestrin, which means Great Man Mountain. Player one? Good. Player one? In a Nathaniel Hawthorne tale, Thomas Moll built a house in Salem with 7 of these. Okay, player one. That's it. Choose again, player one. Tom Sawyer told this girl, "I don't care for anybody but you," then gave her a brass knob from an andiron. Yes, player one. That is correct. Player one. The Ministry of Truth is Oceania's propaganda department in this Orwell classic. Let's hear it, player one. Good for you. Select again. In 1947, he shattered baseball's color line. It's player one. Hey, you're right. You get to pick again. Like a famous mister of song, it was the nickname of tap dancer Bill Robinson. Yes, player one. Right. We return to you, player one. This Motown legend co-wrote My Girl and Tears of a Clown. Okay, player one. That's correct. You again, player one. In 1951, he defeated Jake LaMotta to become middleweight boxing champ. It's player one. That's it. And now the $1,000 clue. Emmanuel Goldenberg was the real name of the Robinson who used this first name on the stage. Player one? Right you are. Player two, you're going first in the Double Jeopardy round when we return. We start the Double Jeopardy categories with this one. Presidential alma maters. Did you plan it that way? Death sentences. The short form. Pop gals. And slogans and mottos. Player two, you go first in this Double Jeopardy round. It takes a lickin' and keeps on ticking. Let's hear it, player one. That is correct. Player one, all the news that's fit to print. Yes, player one. That's right, way to go. Choose again, player one. Choosy moms choose this. Okay, player one. You are correct. Player one, back to you. Because I'm worth it. Player one. Yes. You get to pick again. With a name like this one, it has to be good. It's player one. Correct. Please pick again, player one. She began a famous poem, "Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me." Let's hear it, player one. That is correct. You again, player one. Joseph Stalin reportedly said, "A single death is a tragedy. A million deaths is a this." Yes, player one. Yep. Player one, back. If I could drop dead right now, I'd be the happiest man alive is attributed to this movie mogul. Let's hear it, player one. Yeah, good. Player one. Answer. The first of the two daily doubles. You are currently in the lead. Please select your wager, player one. Okay, here is the clue. For what is it to die but to stand naked in the wind and to melt into the sun? He wrote in the prophet. You are still in first place, though. Here's the correct response. Khalil Gibran. We return to you, player one. In his holy sonnets, he wrote, "Death be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful." Player one. Good. Player one, you pick again. Orbiting at about 67 million miles, it's the second planet from the sun. Okay, player one. Right. Select again. Its moon, Ganymede, is the largest in the solar system. It's player one. Yes. Choose again, player one. The least dense planet in the solar system. It would actually float if you could find a big enough tub to put it in. Let's hear it, player one. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the correct response. Saturn. Please pick again, player one. In 2005, NASA experimented with a low-pressure greenhouse to grow plants on this carbon dioxide-rich planet. Okay, player one. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's player 3. That's correct. Player 3, you pick again, please. In 1781, it became the first planet discovered in modern times. Yes, player 1. No. Any other takers? Player 2. Right. Player 2, pick again. Frag, meaning to kill a fellow soldier, started as a short form of this term for a type of grenade. Okay, player 1. Yeah! Correct. You get to pick again, player 1. If your internist gives you a script, it's short for this. Let's hear it, player 1. You got it. We return to you. Buck, as in dollar, is short for this item once used in trade and barter. Yes, player 1. Good. You again, player 1. Answer? The second daily double. You are in the lead right now. What'll it be? And the clue. A cab you drink is short for this word. That puts you even further ahead. Player 1, back to you. A cab you ride in is short for this word. It's player 1. Yes. Player 1, she was hot in 2008, taking hot and cold to number 3 on the Hot 100. Player 1. Good. Select again. This Girl Like Me and Disturbia songstress was born in Barbados. Yes, player 1. That's correct. Choose again, player 1. It wasn't déjà vu when this member of Destiny's Child sang with Jay-Z on the song Déjà Vu. Okay, player 1. Right. Select again. Fans go ape over this gal born Stephanie Germanotta, who hit number 1 with Bad Romance. Let's hear it, player 1. Correct. We return to you. In 2005, she topped the album charts with The Emancipation of Mimi. It's player 1. Right you are. Player 1, U.S. Military Academy, class of 1915. Player 1. Yeah. That is correct. Player 1, U.S. Naval Academy, class of 1946. Okay, player 1. That's not it. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Player 2. Right.
Yeah!
You get to pick again, player 2. Georgetown, class of 1968. Yes, player 1. Right. Please pick again, player 1. Harvard University, class of 1904. Let's hear it, player 1. Oh, sorry. Anyone else? Here's what we were looking for. Franklin Roosevelt. Here's the $2,000 clue. Eureka College, class of 1932. It's player one. Yes. I'll see you all for Final Jeopardy in just a moment. Now, Final Jeopardy coming right up right now with this category. Characters in Shakespeare. So, what's your wager? Each direction on the plus control pad represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. Let's take a look at the last clue. To the consternation of the title character, we learn that this character was born by C-section. And your response? How much do you add to your total with that correct response? Did you come up with the correct response? And that will cost you. What did you say? And that will lose you. Congratulations to you, player one. We'll see you all next time.